Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, and this Indianapolis Colts team. Now, I'm a huge Anthony Richardson fan because I saw him play live at the University of Florida against my South Carolina Gamecocks. Or actually, I'm more of a Notre Dame fan, but anyways, neither here nor there. You can never give up on Anthony Richardson. This is a guy who is still only 23 years old, and he's dealt with a multitude of different injuries, and I just will never give up on him. And here's the thing. This is the whole play that I'm sure you guys saw last night against my Green Bay Packers. It's beautiful, but it got negated because, first off, Mitchell they called him offsides right here, all right? Now, what you're going to see is obviously it's 3rd and 2, and this was a really nice, hey, these Colts, man, I'm just saying, Anthony Richardson, he can drive the ball down the field. But anyways, this running back, DJ Giddens, he's running like a wheel route. And people are flaming him because, well, even just fast forward, he becomes wide open. And we'll show you another angle. You could like barely see him on the screen. He's wide open. And there's one safety back here, and he's just still in the middle of the field. But what actually happens, and that's why I'm saying everyone on Twitter is just making fun of him, saying, oh, you have a number 21, DJ Giddens is wide open for a touchdown, and yet he throws this, prayer ball up to Anthony Gold. But here's the thing, he gets pressured. All right, so that changes pretty much everything, and also there is a penalty on the field. But this is right in the breadbasket here, and you'll see this in the next clip. I think people think that Anthony Richardson is like the worst deep ball thrower ever in the National Football League, in the history of the NFL quarterbacks. What I think the bigger issue for Anthony Richardson is doing the small little stuff. And I'm going to show you a perfect example of something he did last night that we need to see more of. All right, now this is art, all right? This is art for Anthony Richardson and why first off, I don't think Daniel Jones should ever be the starting quarterback for this team. And it has nothing to do with Danny Dimes as a quarterback. It's just like, it's starting to feel like a Colts thing. Daniel Jones is 28 years old. It reminds me of like, not necessarily Matt Ryan, but it's like Joe Flacco. Why are we starting these old quarterbacks? You've got Anthony Richardson, only 23 years old, who, by the way, last night, 6 of 11 for 73 yards. But I really like this. All right, I really like this, and we'll show you another angle where he hits him in the letters right where you need to throw this football. And some people are saying, because you got, I believe this is Mitchell. It's just kind of so zoomed away. You got AD Mitchell running. I got to confirm if this is Mitchell because, to be honest with you, yeah, it is. I believe so. All right, he's running a drag, it looks like, and he's going to be doing this. And we'll show you in the other angle because I get it. He looks kind of wide open, but we'll show you. All right, this is the best we can do as far as angles go. So you see what I mean? Like, he hits him perfectly. He hits Anthony Gold perfectly right there, right in the chest, number 6. And then you kind of see A.D. Mitchell, who looks wide open right here, but this is a difficult throw. I'm much more glad that Anthony Richardson, because especially if he's not planting his feet, he's rolling to his left, just doing a nice little bootleg. It's just this area, just take your layup, right? Just take your medicine, I guess, is pretty much the way I would summarize this specific play. And it's something that we actually even saw a little bit more of yesterday with AR. All right, I want to give you a representation of what I just mentioned, where we actually saw some really nice completions from Anthony Richardson, where he's not taking these deep shots in the middle of the field with these safeties lurking and these linebackers lurking. So keep an eye down here. This is Ashton Dolan. You'll get a better view of this in just 1 second. A little fake run, play action, and you know what I mean? Like, I just like this. It's the simple stuff. And this is what I want to see more of Anthony Richardson. And this is what I know Shane Steichen can draw up for Anthony Richardson. At the end of the day, Richardson's higher risk, it's higher reward. But if he's doing simple stuff like this, it doesn't become as high of a risk because I can live with some of these deep shots. And what people don't even know about Anthony Richardson is, even with all these injuries and his bad accuracy and all this stuff, he's still a winning quarterback with the Indianapolis Colts. All right, now Daniel Jones. Daniel looked good, all right? And that's what you're always going to get from Daniel Jones, at least in my opinion. 7 of 11, 101 yards. Now this is the Tyler Warren, who is sneakily underrated right now. All these tight ends right now, I feel like these rookies, and as you guys know, I'm a Packers fan, 36, you gotta hit them, dude. I mean, you gotta hit him. There's no reason that this ball should not be deflected, or Tyler Warren should be waking up tomorrow in pain, an insane amount of pain. Like keep it below, no headshots, but you know what I'm saying. This is football. Hit the dude. But Daniel Jones, kind of hospital-esque. I don't think this would really necessarily work against maybe the Packers. We don't have Jair Alexander. Maybe it's working against this new Green Bay Packers defensive backroom. But you get what I'm saying. It was 7 of 11, 101 yards, 9.2 yards per completion. And Tyler Warren, this was his one and only catch, by the way. He got targeted a handful of times. This was a 25-yarder. Tyler Warren is going to have a huge season this upcoming year, and I really want to see Anthony Richardson back to getting these first-team reps with guys like Tyler Warren, because Anthony Richardson is going to be the starter. I don't know why this is drawing on so long. I would be so disappointed in Shane Steichen and the Indianapolis Colts coaching staff if Daniel Jones is the starter. Look, man, I get it if, by Thanksgiving time, the Colts are 3-6, 3-7, whatever it is, and Anthony Richardson's not looking like the future. He's not looking like the franchise guy, and these guys have jobs to save, right? GMs, coaches, coordinators, whatever. Everyone's got a job that they're trying to save. But at the end of the day, man, if Daniel Jones, I would be very surprised, and obviously I would be pretty furiated if he is the starting quarterback. I get it. You want your best quarterback out on the field. You want the best product out on the field. I have a hard time believing there's many Colts fans watching this video right now that are supporting Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll end it on one more Anthony Richardson clip, but folks, before we do, we actually post a ton of Colts content. I haven't done it in a few weeks. If you don't mind hitting that like button, hitting that sub button if you haven't already, but if we could try and get this one to 100 likes, folks, means the absolute world to me. All right, I like this angle a lot better from Anthony Richardson, obviously number 5, and you got Giddens running this wheeler, and you're going to see actually a beautiful little play design that's going to ultimately get him wide open. But you can already tell all of my Packers guys, I mean, these dudes are on the line, but you get what I'm saying? They're bulling. They're trying to hit Anthony Richardson immediately. So, I like that. He fizzles on out, but they're rushing, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're rushing 5, so a little bit of a blitz, and you're going to see my boy right here get hands on. Number 53 gets hands on Anthony Richardson, so you can be looking, and hey, here's the actual thing. If you're sensing this blitz, if you want to get really critical, let's look at 86 right here. This is probably it, because you're sensing this blitz. You're sensing pressure right here. Dump it off to the tight end. It's 3rd and 2. So you're just looking to get a first down. There's only a minute or so left at half or before halftime. If you want to get real critical, that's your guy. That's who you dump it off to, not the wide or the running back running the wheel route. Because once this happens, everything is up for grabs, right? And you could even say, maybe you can run this. He's probably going to get tackled anyways. But I like his willingness to take the deep ball. And that is the reason we wanted to show you this clip, because it is beautiful. I mean, when Anthony Richardson is clicking, when things are clicking, and I'll take the bad with the good, to be honest with you. I don't care if he's attempting this, 1 out of every 3 attempts, this one's hitting. I cannot give up. And here's another thing, man. I'll never not say Anthony Richardson should be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, unless maybe you guys give it to him this year and you go 4-13 and he looks horrible. Maybe then I'll understand it. He's 6'4". He's almost 250 pounds. This guy was raw. He barely played college football. We knew he was going to be a raw. We knew he was going to be a project. And like I said, I get it. These coaches, these coordinators, they have jobs that they need to try and keep, right? They need to be secure in their job. So I get it. Sometimes you got to make business decisions. But folks, at the end of the day, I know I've sometimes been critical on Anthony Richardson because, I think if you start to see a lot of this small stuff, right here, it looks like he's about to get sacked. Maybe the footwork right here, the footing doesn't look good. Maybe, it's going to be overshot, or he's not ready for the ball and there's going to be interception. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My point is this: Anthony Richardson is never going to be a perfect quarterback because no quarterback in the NFL is perfect. And from what we've seen, whether it's this preseason game or any regular season game he's ever played in at any level, college or the pros, he's got to be my day one Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback. So, folks, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you did, and give me your thoughts. Comment down below who you want, if you're a Colts fan or not a Colts fan, who you want to be the week 1 starter for this team.